Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kol Halayim La, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who were very well, very beautifully. So, like, double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel and truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bashim Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Bashim Shai, Lord willing, for upon their houses. Hey, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, this is ultimately, going to be touching on this, I guess, a social footprint, that Esau Edom is ultimately, he's been establishing, for a while now, and really, more now, he's starting to create this, this metaverse, which again, anything that has to do with social media or anything like that has a social footprint, so I guess in a way it's, it's in an easier way, to do a broad kind of, basically like a tracking system, for everybody, because we go all the way back to the, the Georgia Guidestones, basically, you look at all the, I guess, the commandments that are on there, they're all basically established on control, or they're based around control, right? So that's why I brought out 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. We understand what's going on. Ultimately everything is leading unto that, the MOTB, the Charagma, man, and soon, they're gonna rule it out, man. They're gonna stop playing games, and they're gonna really, go out here and enforce this Charagma, man. Which, Lord will sooner than later, right? It's like, yeah. Long day of work, man. But anyways, let's get into it, man. Because again, this social footprint, is just basically showcasing Esau Edom's his characteristics. And back in Genesis, it gives you the characteristic of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And we're gonna go ahead and grab that. This is Genesis chapter 25. And I'll start at verse 19, get all the meat off the bone. The point is in verse 27, but we'll get all the bone. It says, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Paddan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And so letting you know that there's a difference, or there's going to be a difference, as far as, nationality between the 2 children that are, inside of her, right? It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's a prophecy that, is soon to come to pass, man. The Esau Edom being the elder, would serve the younger, which would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, man. It says, which that's, a lesson for a whole nother time. It says, verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Again, Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, will be the oldest, right? The older child, right? It says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him, so he was 60 years old when those kids came abroad, right? Esau and Edom came abroad, and here's the point in verse 27. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, right? A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, right? And just to focus on Esau Edom, it says what, man? Esau Edom was a cunning hunter. This is what this man does, man. You go and you look. You go and you look on all the hunting magazines and stuff like that, and you go into the camping aisle and stuff like that. And majority of the people you see on those boards or on the magazines or anything like that, or in the gun areas, the gun aisles, or even when you go to the gun store, man. Fuck you. when you go to like a Dick's Sporting Goods, or I mean not Dick's Sporting Goods, a Sportsman Warehouse, or you go to, I mean Dick's, Dick's has a good camping area, a hunting area, the major larger Dick's stores. And then you got, you got your Pro Bass and so on and so forth, man. You go to all these areas, you look at the magazines, you look at the covers of all these, these camping equipment and stuff like that. And who is it, man? It's majorly Esau Edom on the covers of these things, man. You know why? Because Esau Edom is a hunter, man. Whether it's fishing, whether it's hunting, actual hunting, going out and hunt, Esau Edom is the poster child for all of these things, man. Why? Because this is a part of his characteristics, man. Esau Edom loves to hunt. Now I want to go into our word. It's like, yeah, hunt. I got my notes right here. It says hunt means what? There's two definitions that we want to look at, right? It says pursue and kill a wild animal for sport or for food, right? So that's, that's something that, that is described as hunting. But there's another definition I want to look at right here. It says search determinedly for someone or something, right? Hey, and again, you look at this social footprint. What does it do, man? It's a footprint. Hey, when you go hunting, when you go searching, for an animal, whether it be for sport or for food, what do, man? You look at their tracks, their footprints, and you find out where they're going. You find out what they're doing. You might even run into some of their dung, whether, and you can you can know by their dung on whether if it's fresh, okay, they're nearby. If it's not, you know what I mean, then it's you're on the right track. It's been a while, but you're on the right track. So either way, man, you're tracking their footsteps, man. You're hunting them. And this is sort of Esau Edom putting his his hunting skills in a different form, man. Because this, you being on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and so on and so forth, and all these things give out a social footprint, man. Allows people, like, even when you don't realize it, hey man, you go into your Google location, and you go into your saved locations, and you click on it and you look at it, and you might not have clicked on, okay, save this location, save this restaurant that we went to, this, that, and the third. You'll look at your saved locations, and I'll have all these locations, and it'll show you on a map all these red dots, of all the locations that you've been at, but you ain't never saved these locations. Why? Because Esau Edom is using his social media, his internet, to track people, man. Which again, eventually, this is leading into that, RFID chip, to where they're actually going to be able to look on a screen and watch you take your steps, man. Hey, Esau Edom has a God complex, man. He really does think and believe that he is God, to where he has to have control of, where you go, where you eat, what you say, what you think, this, that, and the third, man. Esau Edom, he's using his hunting skill to ultimately be able to, to watch over the people, man. He's using those inherited talents that the Most High had given him to be able to, basically watch and keep an eye over the people, man. Now I want to go to this, because again, this is Esau Edom, man. He is bred to be this way, right? I want to go to Psalms chapter 56, and the elder from the GMS Dallas camp, Elder Daniel Allah, brought this out, man, talking about the metaverse, talking about that social footprint, man. In Psalms 56 and verse 6, it says, they gather themselves together, they hide themselves, they mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Right, man. And you look at the characteristics of this verse right here. What do, man? They hide behind a bush, and they wait and see. Let's say it's a man hunting a deer, man. They wait and see where that deer is going, or they sit there and they point their rifle at, and let's say that they're off in the distance, man, and right when they're about to shoot, they go behind a tree. Hey, so they're sitting there. Okay, he went over here. He did this. He did that. You know what I mean? They're tracking, tracking and tracing, and targeting, man. This is what it's about, man. I want to go into that word mark too, because mark, you go into that word mark on the online etymology, it goes into trace, right? And what does that word trace go into? It goes into what? It goes into track down or follow the trail of, man. You know? Hey, so when you are out here on these social media sites, and you're basically giving out the information of, what you're doing, where you're going, your location. Or, am I going to Rocky Point, or am I going to, California, or am I going to Georgia? Am I going to Florida? Am I doing this? Am I going over here? Am I doing that? And really, they don't even need, a picture of where you're going. They can use your phone to track you, man. They can use your the cell phone towers and ping off where your phone is at to track you, whether your phone is on or off. Again, this is the traits of Esau Edom. They sit there and they track people, man. By using the internet, by using their social media, by using their phones, man. Hey, Esau Edom is a very, like I said, is a cunning hunter, man. He's very, very cunning, man. He's very slick, man. And again, this is what they're putting in, or this is what they're, again, like 2 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of his devices. We understand why he's making this metaverse, man. Which is basically like a how you have those NFL game day channels, the NFL ticket or whatever. You turn on one channel and you can watch a whole bunch of games, man. The metaverse is ultimately something like that, man. You can go into the metaverse and everybody's there. Everybody's information, what they're doing, where they're going is all there. So you don't have to go to these different sites and and different search engines and stuff like that to look everybody up, man. You can go into one big ass site and everybody's tracked there, man. Which again, that metaverse is ultimately going to be, when people start to take this RFID chip, all their information, all their tracking is going to be linked to the metaverse, man. That's basically like that the shell, for everything that's inside, man. That's basically what it is. The metaverse is that, that connection to all things, man. The Internet of Things is ultimately going to be connected, at least, this is what it's looking like. Esau Edom might be using the metaverse, for all the Internet of Things to be connected, because again, the metaverse, if you look at their little virtual simulation, that they have, a lot of this is leaning into what, man? Ready Player One. If y'all have never ever seen that movie, go watch that movie, man. Ready Player One, you go into a game and you can purchase stuff in the game and it'd be sent to your home. You know what I mean? As if it's, and we're talking about real equipment, real, furniture, this, that, and the third. So everything's ultimately going to be linked into that, and it just so happens to be virtual, man. What are they calling the metaverse, man? A virtual, type thing, man. You could put on those VR things and go visit your family members, this, that, and the third, without actually having to do it. Well, in Ready Player One, what happened, man? You were able to go and connect with your friends and play games with your friends, and go here, go here, go here. You can hop in one game, get out of that game, roam around in the stores a little bit, see what you want to buy, and then go and into another game if you want, man. Dude even buy himself a shell, for him to be able to play better games, man. For to have a real game experience, man. And it was something real. They were connected to this metaverse, man. And it interacted with real life. So this is what we're seeing, man. This is what we're seeing starting to play out, man. And I'm gonna say it a third time, man. Because 3 is number for wisdom, man. The Spirit wants it to come out. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We understand what's going on. Through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shem El Shai, we understand what's going on, man. So we're telling people, ultimately not to, partake in this game that Esau Edom is ultimately establishing, man. You gotta be separate from that, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai wants you to be not conformed to the ways of the world, but be conformed to the image of the Son, which will be Yahushua, man. To follow in the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, man. And not to be a part of this shit, man. I got this precept right here. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 5. It says, deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and that hunter would be Esau Edom. You know, again, Esau Edom is the one that's out here hunting our steps, man. You know, Esau Edom is the one, and again he's doing it. You know, he does it on a regular. You know, as it says in Psalms the 10th chapter. You know, he sits in those lurking places. You know, matter of fact, let me grab that. You know, he does it many different ways, man. You know, and right now he's showing his hand by saying, hey, you know, I'm using my hunting skills to be able to track you people, man, through the internet, through this metaverse, through this social footprint that's ultimately being, you know, being established, man. You know, this is Psalms chapter 10, and I'll start at verse 8. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, and the poor would be who? You know, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know, and the scriptures tell you that we're numbered as the sands of the sea. So we're the majority, man. There's more of us than there are of them, you know? So who do you think he's really tracking, man? He's tracking the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, man. And really, you know, more now, he's tracking those that have woken up to this truth, those that are out here on the highways and byways. So yes, you best believe, brother, you know, you're being tracked, man. You know, and you're being looked at, you're being targeted. You know, you're being traced, you know, because again, you are affecting Esau Edom's enterprise, man. You are out here dishing out this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, waking up the people, man. You know, this is information that people, you know, you wake up in some, you know, in some form or fashion, man. You might not wake up all the way to the knowledge of the truth, hey, but you wake up to who you are. You know, now you have some type of knowledge about you, and Esau Edom doesn't want that. You know, so you best believe those that are out here pushing this word, hey, they're tracking them the hardest, man. They're tracking them, you know, down to the T, man. Down to the freaking wire, man. Down to the tying your shoes. Hey, they know when you tie your shoe. They know when you wake up. They know when you go to sleep. They know, you know, when you start your car. They know all these things, man. You know, because you best believe you got a chip in your car as well, man. You know? So they're tracking you, man. You know? And you best believe that. They got your number, man. You know? It says right here, verse 9, it says, he lieth in the secret place. He lieth in wait, secretly as a lion in his den. You know? It says, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Right? You know? Hey, so Esau Edom, he's a hunter at heart, man. You know, there's no way, that Esau Edom can't be a hunter. You know, it's just in him. You know, and again, Esau Edom is using those skills that he used to catch animals, and he's using them to monitor the people. He's using them to monitor and to be able to, you know, see what you're doing, so he can ultimately discipline you if you're not doing what he wants you to do. He's using those skills that he, you know, has acquired from the Most High, and using them to track the people, to be able to, again, to discipline people if they're not going to be, you know, because again, when he establishes New World Order, and he's going to be, you know, he's going to be dishing out, you know, discipline, man. You know, which, you know, the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shar, he said when he's about to fill his belly, I mean, when he's about to establish his New World Order, he's going to cast his fury upon him. So ultimately, Esau Edom is not going to be able to establish his New World Order. But this is what he feels he's going to be able to do. You know, Esau Edom truly feels that when he establishes New World Order, which will never happen, you know, his pride have deceived him, you know. But this is his whole plan, to establish a New World Order, and to have everybody, you know, have taken that chip, be connected to the metaverse, and to monitor, you know, their going in and going out, and, you know, when they eat, how much they eat, you know, if they get into a fight or not, or, you know, if they go to work or not, or, you know, everything, you know. We're talking about everything. Again, that goes back to Esau Edom's God complex, you know. As it says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 4, man, he's in chapter 2 verse 4, he sitteth in the temple of the Most High, sitting in the throne of the Most High, as if he is the Most High, you know, roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man, you know, proving more and more Esau Edom has a God complex that's ultimately going to be humbled, man, you know, because that's pride, man. You're but a man, you're but a human, you know. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai is going to come humble that ass down, man, real quick, man, you know. We're talking about real motherfucking quick, man. You know, that's like he said, he'll destroy the haughty, man, the lofty, you know, which I think is in Isaiah the 13th chapter, right? Matter of fact, let me grab that, you know, just so we can build through the spirit, man. This is I think it's verse. right here, Isaiah 13:11, it says, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. The wicked being who, man? Esau, Edom, you know, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, as well as 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Why? Because you ultimately condone the Esau, Edom's ways. You condone what he does, man. You know, it says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Who's the proud? Esau, Edom, man. You know. It says, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, right, man? You know, hey, so that's coming, man. You know, Esau, Edom, you're not going to be able to establish, you know, this enterprise, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to ultimately come and disrupt the process, man, to where you'll never be able to establish it, you know? Hey, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, man, he's playing a good game here, man. You know why? Because he has put in the mind, because it says what? The scripture tell you what? The deceived and the deceiver are his, man. You know, and Esau, Edom is deceived by his own pride, you know? Which, again, the Most High is in control of. The Most High is lifting up the pride of this damn devil to truly believe that he's ultimately going to be able to establish his new world order, man. You know? When in reality, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to destroy him, man. You know? Hey, that's cold, man. You know, because Esau, Edom, you know, no matter what you tell this damn devil, he'll never, you know, nope, I'm gonna stab it, nope. You know, no matter what you say, man. You know, they truly believe in the end, you know, that they're the ones that are ruling. You know, they're the ones that they're gonna get their birthright back, and they're gonna be in rulership, you know, forever. You know, when they're not, man. They sold their birthright, man. You know. They basically sold their birthright for destruction, man. That's basically what had happened, man. You know, and that's coming soon. That the destruction, that recompense, you know, for their iniquity, for living in sin, you know, for establishing their kingdom on sin, you know, and around sin, you know. Hey, that recompense is coming for y'all, man. You know. Hey, but again, you know, for those that, you know, are not a part of this bullshit, hey, we ain't got to worry about Esau, Edom tracking our steps, man. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, just like that, going back to Proverbs, the 6th chapter in the 5th verse, I'm going to read it again. It says, deliver thyself as the roe from the hand of the hunter and as a bird from the hand of the fowler, right? And guess what, man? You know, the only way that we're going to be able to, you know, ultimately escape, you know, from Esau, Edom, you know, tracking us and coming after us, you know, because right now they're establishing, you know, that major, I guess that major network to be able to fully track and find everybody, you know. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to protect us, man, you know, just as the Most High, you know, ultimately, if when a hunter's going to go out there and hunt, and he goes you know, go and raise his, you know, his monocle up to his eye and stuff like that, and look at that deer, you know, right when he's about to pull that trigger, that deer goes behind the tree, you know, and disappears and is gone. Hey, that's the Lord. That's really the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai in control of all that, man. You know, preventing that hunter from being able to get that kill, man. You know, and that's what's going to happen to us. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to ultimately protect us, man. You know, he's going to guide us on the path and turn us whithersoever we need to go to avoid those fiery darts, man. You know, and we do that by building in the spirit, man, by getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Like it says in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. You know, and the strength of salvation. You know, that's how we're going to get away from this, you know, is by taking heed to the words of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, taking heed to what he's telling us, man, walking circumspectly, you know. Hey, what does a deer when it even hears a, you know, a snap of a twig? What does it do? It lifts its head up and starts looking around. You know why? Because that deer is walking circumspectly, looking around to see what's coming at it, before seeing the evil, you know. And that's what we're doing, you know, taking heed to the words, man, of Yahweh Shem Shai, which gives us how to walk, you know, how to act in the times of trouble, you know, what to do, what not to do, you know, and so on and so forth, man, you know. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be our guide, man. I want to end on this scripture right here. 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, the 74th verse. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Right? Pay attention. Listen up. It says, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, and I will deliver you the same, but I will deliver you from the same. Right? Hey, so the days of trouble, the hour of temptation, you know, Jacob's trouble, hey, they're almost upon us, man. Jacob's trouble is almost here, man. Esau Edom is he's getting restless, man. You can see it. You know, Esau Edom's making mistakes, you know. saying certain shit, man, and the elect, the elect men, the prophets of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai are out here, revealing these things, man, revealing his little code speech and so on and so forth, to the people, man, which again, Lord will we could be part of the elect, hey, but that's what we're doing out here, man, warning the people from the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, man, via his words, not our own, right? It says, verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, right, man? He's going to guide us, man, on how we need to move when Esau Edom, turns left, and he's going to tell us to turn right, man, and we're going to go like this. He's going to draw us away from them. He's not going to draw us to them so they can kill us. Lord, will we, we be part of the elect? Lord, will we, we're good in his eyes, we're under his good graces and his many blessings. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to draw us away from them, man. He's going to be our guide, to be able to survive, to be able to, flee from, evil times, man. Verse 76, it says, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts. Again, taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. A Bible is best instructions before leaving earth, man. Hey, so we're ultimately taking heed to instructions on how to ultimately survive until we can start living, right? Which we're not going to start living until the kingdom, It says, saith the Lord Yahweh power, let not your sins weigh you down, let not your iniquities lift up themselves, right, man? So again, the overall message is, Esau Edom is hunting our steps, and soon, he's gonna physically be hunting us, man, because again, there's gonna be some people that are not going to, go with his enterprise that he's establishing, man. You're gonna have people bucking up. You're gonna have people saying, no, I'm not about it. I don't want to be a part of it. And what's gonna happen? They're gonna come down having great wrath, because he knows he has a short time. So he has to do what, man? He has to force everybody to get with it, man. Revelations 13 and 16, man. And he causeth all, which goes into what? To make, to force, man. And we're coming to that time real soon, man. And so, keep walking circumspectly, keep having faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, keep doing what you need to do. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai can protect you, man, and guide you in the steps that you need to take, man. But you need to keep getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Keep gathering up that oil, buying up that oil, and so that way in the time of trouble you can trim your lamps and walk on that, that straight and narrow path, man. So with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Shem Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord willing, for upon a house. I want to say Kwame Shalom and above all. Shalom.